Bank of Ghana has denied claims that it engaged in frivolous spending following reports that it blew some $504,000 on gold watches, explaining that the expenditure is part of its policy. The Bank of Ghana, in a statement, also assured that no procurement rules were breached in presenting sole sourcing justification to the Public Procurement Authority for approval. Some documents cited in various media, indicated that on the 22nd of July 2016, the central bank sent a request to the Public Procurement Authority, that's the PPA, to sole source the procurement of gold watches from a Swiss watch company. The request letter indicated that the Bank of Ghana intended to use part of its 2016 budgetary allocation to fund the procurement of 24 units of 18-karat ladies' gold watches and 48 units of gents' gold watches, all from the company known as Tissot Gold Watches, which is the dealer. Now, the statement further explained that the procurement of the watches began in 2012 when the bank decided to procure the gold watches once every 2 years. That's for 2012 and 2013, etc., in order to control cost and make savings on foreign exchange. And this issue has been widely discussed in the media. The watches, we are told, are meant to for deserving members of staff who have served a minimum of 30 years and are due for statutory retirement from the bank, the statement also explained. All right, so we're trying to speak to some authority on this particular issue to see whether or not due process has been followed, because there are various concerns in the media over the issue. We've been joined on the line by a group calling itself Citizens Movement Against Corruption, and one of its executives, Edem Senanu, has joined us on the line. Edem, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to your viewers.
Clearly, the Bank of Ghana has sought to justify that the amount of money it used was for a right reason, because they wanted to appreciate their staff who were going on statutory retirement. That is one. Secondly, they have justifiable reason why they used sole sourcing. So where lies your concern that there is probable corruption being played out here by the Bank of Ghana?
Well, I think the challenge is more in the selection of single source and the justification for it. The explanations given so far, that last year they had a difficulty when they went straight into the market and didn't get the specifications that they wanted, and therefore resorted to this without the necessary processes being followed, raises a lot of questions.
How so? Because if according to them, they were disappointed by the first company that won the bid when they used the open source process or competitive bidding. Whereas because of that reason, they thought that going back to the PPA and giving them reason why they preferred sole sourcing was justifiable. And you think this is questionable? This is not the right way to go?
That's not one of the justifications provided by law. The fact that a particular competitive process failed once does not mean that the next time you do what you want and do a single source. You actually need clear approval from the Public Procurement Authority in this regard. So it's not acceptable.
But if the Public Procurement Authority, so mandated by state institution as an institution to, take decisions like these, did not see a problem with it, you still have a concern here? I
am not quite sure what is meant by they didn't see a problem with it. I think it's something we would like to interrogate some more, because that's not one of the processes that has been outlined. If every time we went into a competitive tender, there was some issue because the final selected party does not deliver the quality we expect, then we decide that we will not use that process again, then you can imagine what would happen.
No, my question is, they had a problem whether the law allows it or not, they said they had a problem, for which reason they want to use sole sourcing. So they go to the Public Procurement Authority, which is a state institution with all the powers to decide or not some of these issues when a state company wants to procure any item. And they made a submission to the PPA that, based on our first experience, we want to use sole sourcing. And the PPA approved it. If you want to say the PPA erred by law because it's not clearly stated in our statutes books, that could be fine. But the PPA, with all its reasoning, thinks that it was in good order, for which reason they may have given the approval to the Bank of Ghana to go ahead with sole sourcing.
Well, that's a good argument, and yes, we need to find out why PPA, what kind of justifications they felt that this was enough for them to grant that. I agree.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Edem Senanu, for speaking with us. He is the co-chair of Citizens Movement Against Corruption. They have raised concerns about the Bank of Ghana's blowing, quote unquote, of $504,000 on gold watches for staff.